Hello and welcome back. So the next update will come in 2 days and I am slowly preparing myself to upgrade the memories of the new characters, and well, for that I will need a lot of the cards, and of course for cards I need to complete Warzones and of course the pain cage. Well, in Warzone this week, I have the Dark Zone and of course the Ice Zone, pretty much two of my favorites. And well, let's jump in and let's see how much I can score in these. I did change my settings a little bit so that I do get really stable high frame rate and that I get uh, really stable solid gameplay. And you did probably notice that the UI is also changed. It is to save space for the screen, and I think now it looks a lot better than before because now the picture takes the majority of the screen, which I think which was my goal to make the, and of course to have more gameplay on screen. Now, one of the next characters, Vera, is going to be a dark element, which I found out on stream yesterday, and that was very interesting, since I do need a dark element character to fill my team, and I think her combined with Phoenix is definitely going to be a very nice combination, and I am definitely looking forward to gear out both of these characters. I mean, Phoenix is already built out and he is already almost maxed out gear-wise. I just need to increase his rank now. But yeah, I think they will share the similar memories. I can make them both be a DPS, and that will be very interesting to see how that will work, of course, in the new update. Well, let's see. Okay, this is the second. Yeah, this is the second stage. Now, I am currently at 50 out of 60 for my guarantee, so pretty much I need 2.5k cards to pretty much get the next character, and that will be Vera. And after that, I'll save up for the next S class, and from that point on, I'm definitely not going to make the same mistake twice by pulling the wrong banner. I'm always going to pull the second banner. I'm not going to go for the third banner. That was my mistake, and yeah, I did not get Ice Lucia, but it doesn't matter. I will just save up for the next characters. Well, so far everything is going pretty smoothly. The frame rate is uncapped, by the way, and the frame rate, I think it should be around 240 frames per second. That's at least the upper limit that I've set in the phone settings. I don't know if it's reaching 240, but I think it does, since it appears to be very smooth, and the game input is also very responsive, which is a thing that high frame rates I think are very useful for, since the inputs are going to be a lot shorter and the game will be a lot more responsive, which I definitely do need here at this point. And okay, let's see. Well, this zone is I think this is one of the easier zones because this character is so powerful. Currently, I think he is the only Dark Element DPS in the game. I'm not quite sure that there is another Dark Element character in the game. I think there isn't, or I don't have the character just yet, so that might be the case. Okay, now let's pop the ultimate. Now, and also one thing that I also noticed, even if you have a 60 Hz display and if you play a game at 240 frames per second, you still feel the difference in the frame rate. Even though you cannot physically see those 240 frames per second, you can definitely feel the input commands being shorter. At least that's in my case, since I did experiment a little bit with the frame rates, and on 60 hertz, on 60 hertz and 60 frames per second, I pretty much play a lot worse than on 60 hertz or on 240 frames per second. And even though it was capped at 60 hertz, those 240 frames definitely were noticeable in one way. Even though you could not see them because it's only 60 hertz, and on 60 hertz you can see 60 frames per second maximum. You can definitely feel the inputs being different. At least that's what I noticed. Now it could be just it could be just my brain playing tricks on me. That's also a possibility, but uh, even on 60 hertz, when I play on 60 hertz and when I play on 240 frames per second, I play a lot better than on when it's 60 FPS and 60 hertz. Very interesting, very interesting what's going on there. But well, let's go back to the Warzone. 218,000 points. Well, okay, I guess it's alright. If I had a high rank structure, I would definitely be playing a little bit better, and my score would. I mean, I would still play decently, but my score would be a lot higher, which is what I will be doing. Pretty much after I double last class alpha, I'll jump and pretty much I'll pretty much advance this character, and I'll advance also the other element characters that I have, since I will need those characters to be very powerful, especially in the upcoming stages, and of course in the upcoming challenge, since you could see on the live stream that I did struggle a little bit because pretty much of how tanky and how difficult the enemies are, and I pretty much need to gear out my structures in order to make the difficulty a little bit easier for me, since I do play with undergeared structures. That's true. I still have like one 6-star weapon, and it is serious, so pretty much a item for collections, nothing more than that. And again, mostly I play with 5-star weapons, and I definitely need to get 6-star weapons. And well, I will potentially save up for those as well. I still do need them. Well then, 40 seconds left. This character is also very nice combo-wise, as you can see. He is absolutely farming those combos. 600, well, almost 700 combo. And yeah, that's very interesting how fast this character is. That's very interesting. Okay, 28 seconds left, and of course going down. My ultimate is ready. I'll save the ultimate for the next wave. Hopefully I'll be able to one-shot all of these. Hopefully I'll be able to heal all of them in one ultimate. Let's see. There we go. Well, that was pretty nice. That was very nice. Okay. Alright. Definitely playing the Warzone is definitely very, well, relaxing, I'd say. I definitely enjoy doing this a lot. It truly is very fun to play this game, and of course it's going to be better when the global version of the game arrives, which will happen soon, hopefully. Well, I think that was 219,000 points. That was pretty nice. Well then, let's jump on the ice map, on the ice zone. Let's see. Now here I'll be using alpha. I am building a different build for alpha. Pretty much I want to have several builds for that character, and I'll be pretty much testing out how the current build will perform in the lower stages. And of course, when she is finally complete, I'll be pretty much using the two builds simultaneously, and it will be very interesting to see how they will perform when compared to one another. Since I really need several builds for the majority of my structures, and of course they do deserve a video on their own, since they are definitely different, and they have of course they have very much different uses, and all of these builds that I will come up with are going to be unique in their own. I'll definitely try to make them very unique, and pretty much I'll try to make them very good, in fact. And of course, after I play the ice map, I will jump in and I will fight the nightmare ball to pretty much add something to this weekly thing, since I know that I play weekly Warzone for a while now, and I definitely want to include some new stuff. And of course, it will be fun to fight the nightmare ball on nightmare difficulty on 8000 CP. That will be, yeah, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that segment in this video, since the nightmare ball on 8000 CP is currently the hardest boss in the game currently, the trickiest boss in the game. And although I would kind of argue with myself here that the nightmare ball is not like the highest difficulty boss in the game, the nightmare ball is still very difficult, and definitely a boss that is going to be very difficult for a very long time. and even when the game gets released globally, I feel like people will very much dislike the Nightmare Ball, and I can't wait to see the comments when the game gets globally released. I think it will be very fun to see what people think of it. But yeah, the Nightmare Ball is very tricky. And of course, in the next event, they are going to include a Nightmare Ball challenge, which I can't wait to play. I can't wait to play that. It will be very interesting, and I personally can't wait to jump on and fight the Nitro Ball on what they say it is. I did read that the Nitro Ball in the next event is truly nightmarish. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've heard it's very difficult, and I am definitely going to be playing that to see how difficult can they make it. I mean, are the lasers pretty much now very fast now? I have no idea. I tried not to spoil myself the next event to give you the most honest review and the most honest opinion on it. And so far, I gotta say, so far I was very impressed by these developers since the game's release. And well, let's hope that it will stay that way, since I really want to see how this game will be in 1 year from now, since they did promise that they will add a open world type of mode, a actual open world where you can explore, I think, the planet or something. I'm definitely looking for that, and I'm waiting for that. That was also announced back in one of the open betas a while ago, since they did say that the game will be around 6 to 9 gigabytes upon most of the game modes completion. So yeah, that's a very big game if you ask me. 6 to 9 gigabytes. Going to be that's going to be very interesting to see how it will be, and of course the story will be updated. I did say this a couple of times already, but the cutscenes are definitely going to be very interesting. They are making more cutscenes, which is one thing that a lot of people are looking for, and I am one of those people who are looking for cutscenes, because it will be very interesting when in the end the game will have pretty much 100% cutscenes. That's one thing that might happen. One thing that might happen, that the game will have like full cutscenes, and all of the story might be cutscene like. Or of course, who knows? Maybe they will make the anime according to the game story, and who knows? Maybe the cutscenes are going to be cutscenes from the actual anime. That's gonna be if they do that, that's impressive. If they do that, that would be very impressive, and definitely can't wait to watch that when they release it. Since I'm really curious how will they make it. I've read a lot of stories currently. I also watch a couple anime shows. I did watch Green Hill in the Darkness recently, and now I'm watching, I think, what was its name? Oh my god. I think it was Data Live. I'm not. Yeah, it is Data Live. I'm currently watching that because, well, that's what I do in my free time. That's what I do in my free time. And so far, I did enjoy Hill in the Darkness. I think it was pretty good. Although I did see the reviews for it were pretty bad and mostly negative. And I can see why the reviews were mostly negative. I can see the plot holes in that show. And of course, I can absolutely see what the reviewers did say about the whole show. And well, despite that, I did enjoy it. It was a very interesting experience. And as for the current one that I'm watching, even though I know that I'm a couple years late, and I know this anime has like 3 seasons or whatnot, the 4th one coming in, I can say it's a interesting idea, and so far I am enjoying it. So let's see how my how my final opinion on that anime will be when I finish watching it. Anyway, that was a very interesting uh, Warzone run. Forgot what its name was for a moment there. That's a very nice score, and let me attempt this with my other team. I think that score was pretty nice. I think I did a good job there. And sadly, I don't have Raven. If I had Raven, that would be a lot a lot better. But I guess anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll get her. I'll get her sometime in the future. And well, um, what was also what I want to talk about? Oh my! After this, I'll be jumping on the Nightmare Ball because the Nightmare Ball is pretty much one of my favorite bosses that I want to play. And uh, so far that boss did truly make me very good at the game. Even though I still make some dumb mistakes from time to time, but I guess it's just part of gaming in general. Okay, let's see. And by the way, since I know people did ask me this a while back, how many anime shows did I watch? A lot. I watched a lot. Okay, I watched a lot of like movies. I watched a lot of like uh, series. I watched most of the stuff that you can find on the internet, movie wise, and of course series wise, and of course anime wise as well. And I one day I will probably make a whole list of all shows that that I have watched, and I think that would be very fun. At least just for me to memorize because I watched so many stuff, so many shows that I don't want to forget any of them. So I'll just make a list one day. Okay, let's snipe these fellas. And of course, August is approaching. The official release of Eve Echoes is also approaching. Cannot cannot express how much I am excited for that game to be released. That game is one of those games that are pushing the boundaries of a mobile device, and I'm definitely going to play it. I mean, I already played it. It is a game that's universally liked on this channel. Pretty much people who watch me playing Punish and Grey Raven pretty much watch me playing Eve Echoes, and pretty much the other way around, I think. But you can actually tell me which videos you pretty much like the most on my channel. I'm really curious to know that. But Eve Echoes is one of those games that is going to be released very soon in I think less than 3 weeks now. And when that game gets released, it will be very interesting since I'll be playing. That will be the third game on the channel that I'll play actively, and well, I think I'll have a little bit of everything for everyone on the channel, which I think will be very nice. Well then, the Nightmare Ball. Well, you can watch me take him out here. This boss is definitely my personal favorite, and I'm definitely going to look forward to take out Rosetta and to take out Dark Kamui, since both of them are very tanky, and I do lack DPS, I do lack 6-star weapons to take them efficiently out, and I am slowly but surely working on obtaining the equipment. I'm working on getting the gear, and of course I'm looking to increase the classes of these structures, which is going to be very interesting. And uh, with that, I think I'll be more effective than I am right now. And so far, I mean, I'm doing really good for my rank currently. I'm actually doing very good for my rank, since I do play with underpowered gear and underpowered equipment for the majority of the more difficult stages in the game. Okay, let's pop that ultimate. There we go. So far, so good. I like this team combination that I currently have here is definitely working wonders. Even though I know I have two physicals and one elemental on my team, pretty much two DPS characters combined with one support that can be a DPS as well. So we can look at this setup like having a 3 DPS setup, which means Asleep is a DPS and a support at the same time, which isn't a bad thing. It's never a bad idea to have a semi DPS character on the team, since you never know what can happen, especially when you're fighting bosses like the Nightmare Ball, which can spam these lasers. And I wish this is pretty much what I wish at the moment that they do with the Nightmare Ball. I hope that they will make it spam lasers faster for a special difficulty challenge. I would play that honestly, and I would not even complain, since I asked for it, I guess. That would be also very tricky. A like a hardcore challenge that makes the boss crazy, and I think that would be very interesting to fight. And of course, in that case, having infinite revives is, I guess, not a bad idea, since I know people would be very pissed if they did fight the Nightmare Ball that can spam these lasers every zero point 0.5 seconds. And well, um, yeah. So far, I think I did train very well fighting these bosses, and they are definitely, like, with enough practice, they are not that difficult anymore. I remember when I fought this the first time. Yeah, that was a pain. First time when I fought this, ooh, I remember that was a very solid boss battle, and I actually did record myself beating the boss for the first time, and yeah, that was very fun to do. Not gonna lie, I did enjoy fighting this boss a lot. Okay, let's not get surprised by the focus lasers. There we go. I wasn't surprised. And one thing though that I did notice about this boss, you can use the QTE of other characters to pretty much get its attention, and you can avoid a laser if you time the QTE very right, very fast. If you match the QTE with the boss's appearance on the field, you can pretty much avoid getting shot by the laser if you have problems in evading the laser, which I think is a very interesting thing. And I did notice that a couple days ago when I was fighting. I think I was fighting. I think I was fighting Rosetta when I noticed that, and then I tested it out with the Nightmare Ball, and it worked. So I think this is kind of a universal, not sure if a feature or if it's a bug, but it definitely works for the majority of bosses. That's what I've noticed, and I did it here with the Nightmare Ball a couple moments ago, and it did work. It did work very nicely, which did surprise me since I thought it was a boss specific, but apparently it is for majority of bosses in the game, and I still have to test out other. I still have to test out other bosses to see if that also matches up for them. The Hangman definitely is going to be one test subject that I'll be testing that on. Okay, the Nightmare Ball is slowly going down. Only 6 bars left. That's not much. Let me take him out really quickly. Okay, the ultimate is ready. Oh my god, this thing got berserk on me. The Nightmare Ball, when this thing goes berserk, yeah, good luck. Good luck not taking damage. Although I did manage to take this out without being hit. That was I kind of forgot when I did it, but I remember that I did it. I did the no hit run with the Nightmare Ball. I did not record it as usual, but I'll definitely try to get one more run. I'll definitely try to get a no hit run with this, since it's definitely a boss that is very challenging for that. Okay, well, the Nightmare Ball died here. That was a very nice boss battle, and definitely it was definitely fun. Well, that was it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and stay safe. And I'll see you next time. Take care.